you guys? Let's bring you guys to another DC TV talk. It's your boy Big Dog back with a review for Swamp Thing, episode 8, A Long Walk Home. And I initially thought, I don't know why I thought the title was referring to Swamp Thing, but it's actually referring to Avery Sunderland, who is in the swamp. And he has a history with the swamp, because we find out this episode it actually took away his father. He warned his father, don't cut that tree. They said that tree has mystic powers. If my kid tells me that, I'm probably gonna be like, man, shut your ugly ass up, and I'm probably gonna hit the tree too. I'm not nobody out there cutting wood though, but still, I'm just gonna be like, man, fuck this tree. You know what I'm saying? So I get why his dad was like, son, we got an axe, bro. This tree can't defend itself against his axe. Just so happy he was wrong though, and his dad had burnt in front of him, which is insane. So I think Avery always knew something was up with the swamp. He just, didn't never know, couldn't put his finger on it. But after, if I would have saw a lamb grab my dad and drag him into a fire, I would have got yo. Also, I should have to address it. When his dad was getting pulled into the fire, Avery fell on the ground and then started crawling towards him to grab him. I'm like, dude, no, run, grab him while you standing up. What did you fall on the ground for? What was going on? Or maybe it's just it was all in his mind, so that's what happened regardless. He has a conversation with Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing basically tells him the swamp wanted to kill you, but I couldn't let that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hey. And he's trying to plead his case. Avery trying to plead his case, hey, we can save you, bro. Dr. Woodrue was it's a possibility he can save you. And what you get to him is hey, you might have a chance to be with Abby, and that's the one thing that the Swamp Thing wants. You know what I'm saying? And so he ends up letting him go, because I feel like he wasn't gonna kill him regardless. It's just I think he actually did want to have a conversation with him. But I think if he would have knew that Avery's the person, first of all, Avery's the person who got him killed. Matt was the person who did, he knows none of these things, and so I'm kind of wondering when will he find them out before this is all said and done? Because what just happened in episode 8, at the end of episode 8, when they actually capture him, which I knew they had to freeze him, because like I said, I've read some of the Alan Moore Swamp Thing, so I know how he's kept. Well, actually, before the Alan Moore Swamp Thing run, but what the episode 9 is pretty much basically where you start off at in that run. So when they froze him to capture him or and whatnot, and he brought Woodrue, Woodrue, hey. And Woodrue made a point, and I'm gonna get back to when they captured him in a second, but Woodrue made a point, is when Avery said, can you cure me? Would you want to stop a golden goose from laying, a goose from laying this golden egg? Would you want to cure it from that? And I'm not agreeing with that point, but I'm just okay, I see why he thinks yo, no, we don't want to cure this guy. We just want to use what he's able to do. So I'm kind of wondering two things, because I hate that it's only 2 episodes left, because now it kind of makes you wonder, are these episodes going to be extended episodes, or they still going to be regular short episodes? Because there's 2 things that still left in the air. One is Blue Devil. 2, the Pharaonic Man. Will Dr. Woodrue become the Pharaonic Man before this season is over with? Because in only 2 episodes, they captured him, and I don't want to say what happens in the comic, because that might actually come to fruition, and then it'll be a spoiler. So I'd rather just leave that alone. But I know where it goes from there, and within 2 episodes, I don't think they can cover up all that. They can cover all that stuff, especially since Abby's on her way back. Harlan's been captured by Ari. I think that's the guy's name. Who's heading the research stuff, who's funding all that. So I'm kind of wondering where are they going to use that in terms of where they going, because it's I said, it's only 2 episodes. This is it's so many issues, and the season has been good. I just don't hope they don't since there's only 2 episodes left, they just don't drop the ball, because for one, you have to rush it and end it, because it was the series was initially 13 episodes, so I'm pretty sure it was slated for 13 episodes. But now they went, and like during production they said, hey, we have to cut it to 10. So I wonder, it's just gonna be just left hanging with like no resolution for a lot of things. And then we're not getting season 2, so we'll never know what happens. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we only have 2 episodes left, it's kind of a lot of stuff to wrap up. There's a way you can do it, especially with like the Blue Devil stuff. You kind of, maybe, I hate to say it, but you don't address that, and the stuff with Woodrue and Swamp Thing and Avery. That can be wrapped up in the next 2 episodes. You might not get a Pharaonic Man like I think a lot of us want to see, but like, you can wrap up what we have right now in 2 episodes. But like the just, if you get to thinking too hard on it, it'll seem like, hey, that's kind of rushed. You know what I'm saying? I hope like something happens. I don't know what could possibly happen unless these last 2 episodes like hour 30 a piece. But you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's the case. So I don't know exactly how they're gonna finish this, because Abby is now back in Murray. She went back to Atlanta to get her hair right. It was like, go talk to Dr. Palmer, who just completely blew off and all of her research and not even telling Abby what's going on, because Abby was not looking at the green, she was looking at the rock. And so now what's going to happen with that? Because Abby was not able to like get a hold of like what that research brought back. So it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really, next episode is going to be really, really telling as to like how this thing's going to wrap up and what direction they're going to go and what things they're just going to kind of leave in the air. And I guess it's like, maybe you should have just wrote it for 1 season. You know what I'm saying? Probably shouldn't. You wasn't guaranteed a 2nd season, because we're not getting one. And the fact of the matter is, whatever we get at the end of this series is just gonna be that. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some things left unanswered, which is gonna suck. But like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just how the cookie crumbled in this situation, which is absolutely unfortunate. But you guys, let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments. Yo, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you with you guys later. Peace.